Hello everyone, Jen here. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. We are finally coming to the end of the Factory 1 build. I love this apartment building. I love the way it turned out, but it's been a long process and I want to move on to something else now. I have been building that other limited pack build with just for rent and Love Struck on stream, so don't forget to go over and check my Twitch, or you should be seeing the VODs at some point soon, hopefully. I think I missed a couple of streams getting the VODs over from Twitch, so that's a little bit sad, but I do try to remember to get them over onto my second YouTube channel so that you can watch them in either place. But yeah, I have been working on a build over there with Love Struck and For Rent. Eventually, if I ever get that one finished too, I will make it into a speed build here on the main channel, but you know, it might take me a while, maybe. Anyways, so if you haven't watched the other parts to this is a lot that came with Get Together in the world of Windenburg. It's a huge, like, warehouse factory type lot. It comes with 4 single Sims who are more or less just acquaintances when you first start the world up or the game up or whatever in a fresh save. They're all living here in this massive, like, warehouse factory place together. I personally thought this would make a better apartment building than 4 strangers living in a giant factory place together. So that's what I did. I went through and I gave each of the 4 Sims that were already living here their own apartments. You can watch those in the first, or actually it would be what? Part 2 and part 3, I think. Because I believe this is part 4, or is it part 5? Anyways, point is, you can watch those and see how I decorated for each of the Sims. By the way, I've been calling the 2 female Sims by the wrong names. I don't know how I messed it up. If I got them confused maybe with other Sims in the game, potentially. I swear I thought that the long, like, poofy, fluffy-haired one was Rosa. Her name is actually Eve, or Ava. And I thought the one with, like, the side-swept ponytail thing was Jade. I swear I saw her name as Jade once. And it's not. Her name is Rosa. So, yeah, that was a little confusing. I'm very sorry about that. I don't know how I mixed them up. But anyways, they are the 4 default pre-made Sims that come with this lot. I just separated the building into apartments and gave them each their own individual apartment. And then, as you're watching right now, I created an apartment under the roof on the 3rd floor, and I turned the entire floor into one massive apartment. That is the property owner's apartment, and I do have a property owner family that I made. It's a mom, dad, teenage daughter, and child-aged Sim, male son Sim. So I kind of decorated specifically for them as well. And they do own the lot, so if you download the lot itself from the gallery, which you can do right now, obviously the Sims don't come with it. No Sims will be assigned to a specific apartment, so you can do whatever you want with it. But if you download the save file, once I get that done, then it will have all of the Sims assigned to their correct apartment. Does that make sense? Anyways, I have no idea where I was going with that other than to let you know that you can download it off the gallery right now. No Sims attached, but fully decorated. Hopefully, it's fully decorated. Speaking of the save file and being fully decorated, this is not a limited pack build. This is all the packs that I have build because it is for the save file that I'm making. Sometimes you'll run into builds for my save file where it will have a lot of stuff from a lot of different packs, and so you'll end up missing or having stuff default to base game stuff all over the place. Generally speaking, though, it's just an item here or a couple of items there, which are easy to replace, thankfully. So yeah, I hope that just because I use all the packs, it's not completely unusable, is what I'm trying to say. I think the way it works in the game, it's usable by everybody. And it's not like the build is locked. It's not like if you don't have all these packs, you cannot use the build at all. You can still download it into your game, and if you're missing a bunch of stuff, just redecorate it your own way. That works too. In fact, you know what? I'd love to see if people redecorate these apartments their own way. I'd love to see those. So maybe like hashtag JSimLady or something to that effect on the gallery, and I'll try to remember to look at that if you redecorate these apartments, because there are so many different ways for these Sims that you could redecorate these apartments. I'd be curious to see what other people do with them. Now, as I mentioned, I did add some stuff from Lovestruck in here. I'm not too fond of Lovestruck. I mean, it's okay, but I would not spend the $40 on it. I'd wait for it to be at least 50% off. This is the parents' bedroom, by the way. It's absolutely massive. It's just the way the layout ended up working out. So they get a nice big bathroom, and they get their own closet, big closet. So it's kind of a nice room, but also it's oddly shaped. I guess maybe I could have done something with that little space right there where I'm putting the love seat at right now, but I don't know. I kind of like having it as a little sitting area. So, I think it's nice the way it is, because I like having that little sitting area nook in there. It's a nice place for the parents to just hang out and have some alone time. Maybe the teenager has a bunch of friends over and they're all hanging out in the living room. Another thing you could do is turn that little spot into a little office area. That could work as well. Yeah, so I don't know. I just like that little nook there, but it is kind of weird. It's a weird shaped room, but it's just the way it ended up with the stairways where they are at. The stairways are not connected. There's not one big hallway that goes to them. There is a front stairway and hall, and then there is a back stairway and hall. I don't always do this in my builds, but when I do bigger apartment building builds like this, it just feels more normal and natural to have those multiple separated exit points, like in case of a fire or whatever. I know that's only a real life thing, but it just feels nicer and more realistic in The Sims. Speaking of realistic, you know me, if you've been around my channel for a while and you've watched any of my videos or speed builds, you know that I am very much into the realistic gameplay of The Sims 4. I've always been this way since the very beginning, but I am not anti-occult. I do like first of all, I do like playing the occult when the packs first come out, for sure, absolutely. Going all the way back to the original Sims and making magic. It was really fun and interesting to play the occults as they were coming out. Do I make them part of my everyday gameplay? No, but I do include them. And secondly, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I think that was my second point, was that even though I enjoy playing with them when they first come out, I don't necessarily make them part of my everyday gameplay, but I do enjoy still having them in the game. And right now, I'm sick of the hot summer. Like, I love summer. I hate winter. Winter is not good for my health at all. And I live in a place where it's winter more than 50% of the year, or at least very cold more than 50% of the year. So I would love to live someplace where it's summer, but even I am getting tired of the heat. Like, we've had a really hot summer this year, and we've had others recently where it's just to the point where we don't even bother going outside because it's kind of on the miserable side a lot. And so I'm kind of getting tired of it, and honestly, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm actually kind of starting to like late summer, early fall better. And I don't know why, but obviously along with that comes like Halloween and all of that kind of stuff. So, and for me, obviously Halloween specifically, that is like occult stuff, you know what I mean? And so I'm actually kind of getting excited for fall and Halloween and occult stuff. And it just so happens that there's been some hints on Twitter, not necessarily a full-on leak. I expect that to happen shortly here. So not necessarily a full-on leak. I won't go over, if it does get leaked, I will not talk about it on my channel. I won't do news videos about it or anything. I used to, but it kind of bothers me. I prefer not to be involved in all that stuff. I'd rather it go back to the way it was when the gurus would sit and tease us on Twitter with hints and stuff, and we're all trying to figure everything out, and it was just a lot more exciting. It was a lot funner. It was more exciting. Anyways, leaks do kind of make me upset a little bit. But there have been some hints. Nothing confirmed and no full-on leaks, like I said, so I can't be 100% sure, but there have been some hints by people leaking some information that the next pack coming later this year may or may not have something to do with sim death, and that kind of gets me thinking occult, maybe, and fall and Halloween and all that sort of stuff. So while I am loving this factory build and doing some of the summer builds and everything that I've been doing, I kind of want to move on to some occult back, I guess, because the first build that I did for this save file was occult, specifically because of those leaked hints. But I kind of want to go back towards that. I don't want to do all of the occult stuff all at once right now, which is why I did this build, because then, you know, when the pack, if it does have anything to do with occults and all of that, people are saying maybe funeral related in some way, shape, or form, then I won't have any builds to do then. So I'm trying to pace myself, but I'm so excited and I want to do it. So I might move on to something like that, is what I'm saying after this. I don't know. Anyways, we're on to the children's room. You saw me, or rooms, plural, you saw me struggling with the little boys' room. It was difficult. I don't I always forget how mismatched the children's stuff is and how it's really hard to create a cohesive room for children until I'm actually doing a child's room. And then it's like none of these colors even go together, even if you didn't want everything to be matchy and themed. The colors from each pack for children's stuff is so vastly different that you can't even find colors that go well together. You know what I mean? Also, I just decorated with whatever I thought a little boy sim might like with random stuff, so there's that too. I just wanted to include all the random things that a little boy sim might like. For this one, though, so the story behind the son and the daughter is the parents are kind of shallow, kind of egotistical, money hungry Sims. Their daughter is kind of the same way as them, but I think she struggles with that a little bit. So she's very dark and angsty, and of course, she's going through her teenage years and stuff, so she's like super angsty and everything. But the little boy, he's different from the rest of the family. He's not egotistical. He doesn't care about stuff and money and all that kind of stuff. He is more of a fun-loving Sim who just wants to be friends with everybody and just have a good time in life, if that makes sense. So yeah, there is a little bit of a backstory to these Sims that I will put in here. And obviously I will have all of this lore and everything written in the bio, so if and when you get the save file, you can go through all of that as well. And we are finally done with the speed build, so let's get into the walkthrough. Okay, so here's the outside of the front of the factory. I didn't change much. I added some landscaping. I did change the landscaping on the sides, but it's not big. So we're looking at the very top level apartment first, the property owner's apartment. Little half bath off the kitchen for guests. You enter into the kitchen. Then you go to the dining room. Next to that is the little boy Sims room. And each of the bedrooms has their own bathroom in this one, by the way. So there are like 4 bathrooms. Then this is the teenage daughter Sims bathroom, or bedroom and bathroom, excuse me. Those are by the dining room. Then you have the living room. That's the back stairwell. And then this is the parents' room. Big, oddly shaped bedroom, but still kind of cool. Their massive closet. That's kind of cool too. And then their own private bathroom, which is, I think, is it a little bit bigger than the other bathrooms? I think it might be. So that's the property owner's apartment. And this one is Eve's or Ava's on the very first floor. It's the very first apartment. And I love the colors in this apartment. I think this one turned out the best out of all of them. I love this one the most. I just love those warm, bright, bold colors. I think it's so pretty. So we have that. And back through the living room now. Here's the bathroom. It's a little less vibrant in the bathroom, but I find bathrooms boring, so. And this is her office. I believe I made her a romantic consultant. This is Marcus's apartment, and apparently he likes shabby furniture, so I kind of tried to stick with that as best as I could. He's got his bedroom here. He's kind of into sports and whatnot, but it's not like his main thing. And then we go back through the living room. Here's his sort of basic bathroom. And then he has his own little workout room in bedroom 2. Nice little workout space. Then we have Rocco's apartment. And I tried, like I said in the last video, to do the whole stereotypical messy bachelor. I forgot that Marcus liked the shabby furniture, and so his is kind of the stereotypical bachelor as well. But yeah, it's fine. Also, yes, the ceilings are all glitched. That came with the patch just before Love Struck. They're working on a fix for it, I guess. Also, he gets his own little workout space because he is very heavily into sports and working out. And then here's the last one. I kept calling her Jade. No, her name is Rosa. And also, I love the colors of her apartment as well. It's very bold, colorful, fun. I love it. I still love Ava's apartment better, but this one turned out pretty cute too. On that note, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!